Okay, so here we are, week 12. We do have to double up this week, and then we do have to add. I'm going to cover some content on finals week, but it's not going to be overwhelming. I just want to make sure we get in Central and South America better, or get it in at all, should I say, before we end. So, well, what do I have to say? Well, I posted. So we just covered Africa, which is amazing and has a lot. We had a lot to cover, of course. Um, and I hope that it stimulated your interest in a positive way. There's a lot of negative information that comes out about Africa. Right now, I watch the news. I follow a lot of events. There's a lot of things going on there. There in the Middle East, other parts of the world. But keep in mind that up until World War I and World War II, Europeans have been slaughtering each other literally up until World War II, historically. So the world has always been full of problems and conflicts and religious wars and empire wars and all these kind of things. And no part of the globe can find themselves pure and out of this set of problems. Okay, so then we end up in the Syria zone, and maybe some of you felt that I was a little bit too much pushing a kind of an opinion there. But I hope you're seeing that I was being critical of Obama and Trump's positions, not just those as our presidents, but a U.S. position. But not just of the U.S. I'm critical of Iran, Russia, the U.K., France. I just don't like this power play that states make and using civilians as cannon fodder, like in the middle of these chess games. But I certainly have nothing I can do about it. But I just don't like to be duped. I love my country. I love so many things about America. I like so many things about other countries. I hate a lot of things about this country. I hate a lot of other things about other countries. And I can say that not as a person that's been to every country or been to every part of the United States. We're talking about the actions, the political, economic policies, the historical legacies. So I think that one should be an equal opportunity hater and an equal opportunity lover when it comes to looking at the world and different people, places, and cultures. I think when you do that, it's more fair, it's more balanced, it's more productive, actually, because ultimately we should all be trying to make a better world. We should better ourselves, right? I'll kind of reiterate my thoughts on this at the end of next week when we do finals. We have one little simple final. But a lot has been going on in the world, and we're escalating into things. And I just think that it's important to really be a critical thinker. If you're an active member in the military, you have to follow orders. You're there to serve, and I understand that. And of course, many of my students have been in the military, and many of them have quite a wide range of political thoughts themselves. And I'm simply not telling that to tell military, my students in the military, something they already know, but to point this out, to maybe students or people who are not exposed to this reality. I love it when people, they talk about speaking for the troops as if there's like one monolithic. There's no monolithic anything in this world, really. That's kind of what I hope you're seeing about everything I'm talking about in history. There's no one Christianity, Islam. There's no one male. There's no one female. There's a multiplicity within these things. And so remember that in this complicated world that you live in. And so now we move into the Turkic people, the Mongols. I'm going to talk about the Mughals a little bit. I even touch on talking about the Sikh religion, which is actually, there are many in the Central Valley. Yuba City, I believe, has the largest population of Punjabi ethnicities. I mean, the Sikh people, practitioners of the Sikh religion. Sorry, I'm not very articulate tonight. Outside of India itself. And a lot of them with turbans are mistaken for being Muslims, and they're not. And so you're going to get a whole, a little nice polish, I think, on what's going on. You're going to learn about the Ottoman Empire and the Safavids, which kind of breaks up into some of the drama that we have today as well, and some important aspects of world history. So important. The fact that the Ottoman Empire is not discussed is like not talking about the Soviet Union. I think I mentioned that in one of my lectures. How can you talk about life from World War I up until the end of, just up until the 90s, and not talk about the Soviet Union and not understand anything about them? You got to know about the Ottoman Empire. They were a major world player, and the Safavids also. So, again, I hope this is informative. This is our last week to do this. We're not going to have discussions anymore. I'm going to miss those. I like discussing with you students when I get a chance. So we've been learning a lot. We're going to still learn to the very end. And I thank you for being such good students and absorbing so much. Really, you're working so hard. And you have a good week, and we'll be in touch. If you need anything, of course, hit me up. Okay.